Congrats, you finally made it a goal of starting your own Shopify dropshipping store. Now that's absolutely great, but you might be running into a problem called information overload. I know this because I ran into the same issue when I started my journey about 5 years ago, except there were barely any resources and tools out there like this video. With how popular dropshipping is becoming, it can definitely be a very lucrative business if done right. Keywords, if done right. And that is exactly why you're watching this video. So go ahead and give yourself a little pat on the back. Go ahead. Now, the costs associated with dropshipping in 2023 can be very low if executed properly. So if you are balling on a lower budget, this video is definitely for you. So first things first, if you already do not have a Shopify account, go ahead and open one up. Not to mention they do have a 14-day free trial. Shopify is absolutely king when it comes to e-commerce hosting platforms. Some of the biggest brands in the world are built on Shopify, like ColourPop, Kylie Cosmetics, and Gymshark, just to name a few. So yeah, not even being biased or anything like that, Shopify is absolutely the GOAT. So when it comes to the type of Shopify dropshipping stores, there's a few that exist out there. You have your general store, your general niche store, and of course, your one product store. But what if I were to say the best and most efficient way to start a dropshipping store and to test products on doesn't consist you having any of those types of stores? Well, that's exactly what I'm saying, ladies and gents.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And that's because the most effective way to test products on a dropshipping store is through a general one product store. It's literally what it sounds like. You see, the name of the game is speed and efficiency, and having any of those types of stores that I mentioned previously essentially binds you to one type of product or a certain type of niche. Now, obviously, you don't want that. What you want to be able to do is to get in and out of multiple products quickly and focus on one so it can make you money, a lot of it. So follow along with me. I'll also show y'all an example so you guys have more of a vivid and clear idea of what a general one product store is. So essentially, this is a store that is a general store on the back end and a one product store on the front end to your potential customers. You as a Shopify store owner only know that it's a general store on the back end. This basically allows you to test multiple products in different niches, like I said before, without being binded to one or a few. So essentially, the domain name, the logo, everything is pretty broad, right? But it still looks branded at the end of the day, and that is what we want to focus on, micro branding, to really make sure that your store looks as trustworthy as possible, and it gives a sense of confidence when a potential customer lands upon it. So as promised, let's actually see a general one product store in play. So we'll hop behind my computer and take a look at one. So this is the store called Konomashi Shop. Essentially, the homepage is kind of what you want in terms of having the bare minimum, okay? There's not too much going on. There's not catalogs and rows of products or anything like that, right? We have a nice header, a nice footer, nice color schemes. Usually I like having one accent color. So in this case, the accent color is this purple or magenta color that you guys see. And then there's always two fallback colors. In most cases, they are white and black like you guys see. So, we have a nice little image. It doesn't have to be specific to anything. And what you also see right here on the main menu is we have home, about us, and contact us. We don't have a shop now button, and that is because we don't want people to click on that button and take a look at all of our products. So essentially, the only way people can see a live active product on your store is through the URL itself, the URL that you put out there that you only have access to. You might have more than one product that's running actively. Maybe you're testing 3 to 4 products at the same time, hypothetically, and if people were to click that shop button, they can go ahead and see all of your live and active products. So you kind of have the bare minimum going on here, but on the front end, it still looks like a one product store, a Shopify store of authority, and it really makes it look like your brand or your store is the only one selling it. Granted, if something does pop off later down the line, you can go ahead and really transition this store into an actual one product store behind that specific product, really honing down to it. But when it comes to testing, ladies and gents, trust me, this is the best way to test. I will say one thing thing, less is more. I know a lot of people say, do this, do that, do all these fancy things on your store when starting out. It's really not worth your time and energy, at least initially. All right, so now that you understand the approach we'll be taking with the Shopify store and saw an example of a great one, let's talk about the Shopify apps that you'll need. Luckily, Shopify itself has a Shopify app store integration that basically syncs and connects everything, right? So that's super cool. Now, I always say this, you don't want to have too many apps. Of course, first and foremost, it's going to cost you a lot of money. Just increase your overhead. And second of all, it's also going to slow your store down. So there's only a few non-negotiable apps you need when first starting out. Obviously, once you scale, once you make more money, you'll need more and more Shopify apps, those that will make you some sort of ROI, return of investment. So with that being said, here are those few. Best currency converter, absolutely great for, switching currencies in different geographic locations if you are selling outside of the United States or the country that you reside in. Second, we have Luke's product reviews and photos. Reviews are absolutely a must for any product page. These basically give a great sense of trust, right? Think about it yourself. If you're buying something online, the first thing you're going to pretty much look at are reviews, see what other people are saying about that specific product. And then last but not least, we have volume and discounted pricing. With this app alone, I've probably done multiple six figures in sales, but this is absolutely amazing to increase your AOV. In other words, your average order value, how much people are buying from your store. You basically want people to add as much to their cart as possible. So this app basically works for most products, and essentially it's when customers get a discount when they buy more than one unit of your product. For example, if they buy 2 units, they get 10% off of each. If they get 3 units, they get 15% off of each. So again, this absolutely works for most dropshipping products. Now, when it comes to Shopify themes, basically a theme is what your Shopify store is built upon, right? And luckily, unlike other platforms out there like WordPress, Shopify is pretty much plug and play. So you don't have to be a master coder or a software developer. So, let's keep it simple. I like to basically utilize, paid themes. Paid themes have a ton of benefits, right? Faster loading page times. They're more customizable. They look and feel better overall. They also come pre-installed with a lot of apps and widgets, right? So all these benefits will basically make you stand out from your competitors. The store that y'all saw, Konomashi, that was basically on the district theme, but the other great themes that I also really like are the following: the booster theme, the Lomas theme, and the prestige theme. I've made money on all these themes. There's no one right or wrong one, I would say, but these are the paid themes that I've personally had a lot of experience with. But again, if you are balling on a very low budget, hence the purpose of this video, the title of this video, there's a great free theme called the Dawn theme. This is just what you need when you're starting out. So again, if you are on a very low budget, the Dawn theme, which is an absolute free theme, is super good as well. Most Shopify accounts actually come preloaded with this theme already. Now, just as a note, when you are purchasing a domain, I recommend getting it directly from Shopify. Just keeps things more organized. And then when it comes to the logo, you don't really have to pay a graphic designer or anything like that. I personally recommend utilizing Canva. Canva is a great all-in-one tool, a software where you can do a bunch of things with graphic design. I mean, it is so versatile. As someone who's getting into e-commerce, who wants to become a digital marketer, the more skills you have, the better it is, right? So I definitely recommend practicing and getting really strong at, graphic design and stuff like that. It will only help you. For example, the thumbnail to this video, it's something that I actually designed on Canva. So yeah, when it comes to the logo, guys, just use Canva. It's super simple and absolutely a beast to use. And also, if you are having analysis paralysis with the domain, don't overthink it, guys. There's also a free tool called namelicks.com where you can basically utilize AI and it will generate a domain name for you. Or if you don't want to take it from there directly, at least use it as inspiration. Your domain name doesn't even have to be a real word, right? For example, Nike and Adidas aren't really real words in the dictionary, right? But they still have some sort of brand meaning behind them. So same concept, same idea applies to your own store. As long as it feels good and looks good and sounds good, that's all you kind of really need to go with. Now, the most important part, finding that that magical product? Okay, obviously there is no magical product. There's hundreds and thousands of products out there in the market that have potential to make you 6 and 7 figures in sales. You see, product research and validation is just like any other skill, ladies and gents. The more you're exposed to the market with time and the more you practice the skill itself, the better you'll get at it. That's all it really comes down to, repetition. And over time, you'll develop what I like to call that drop shipping eye, where you can almost kind of look at a product and gauge it instantly, whether it's at least worth it to test it or not. But of course, that comes with trial and error, that comes with patience and with the proper time given. Now, to save you guys some time, what I actually recommend doing is watching this video right over here, where I give you guys my full breakdown, my full step-by-step breakdown of my exact product research and validation strategy that have generated me winning products and bring me results like this and this. So once you have your potential product to test, you want to go out and build your product page, right? Basically, this is going to be your landing page where you will be driving people traffic to. All right, so in case if you didn't know, 70 to 80% of your overall traffic will come from mobile users. That doesn't matter if you're running an organic strategy or even running paid ads further down the line. So we want to make sure that your product page is super neat, super optimized, and that your potential customer gets a very good experience. So we have an example product right over here, and it is the Ace Golfer Training Mat, okay? We also have some nice, clean HD product images. Super important that you have anywhere between 2 to 10 images for your product, depending on what the product is. We have some reviews. I also like to make sure that I like to put the name of the brand behind the product name, right? So Konomashi Ace Golfer Training Mat. It's almost like if you're shopping on Nike, it's going to say Nike Air Max 90, right? Not just Air Max 90. So this basically just puts in more authority, right? All factors into the micro branding aspect of things, like I mentioned before. So we have a nice little CTA button. I like to put add to cart over there. This is the volume and discounted pricing app in action, as you guys can see from the table. We have a nice little trust badge. We also have some GIFs to start out with, some features and benefits, why train with us, and again, some urgency, some scarcity at the bottom. And then we also have some reviews for more trust. Think of your product description like an upside down triangle, right? Like a pizza almost, where on the top it's attention, then interest, then desire, and then want. Your description should not sound robotic, right? You're actually speaking, you're actually selling to another human being on the other side. It's almost like a story, basically. What I recommend doing if you're just starting out is take 3 to 5 products per week besides the one that you're actually going to be testing and attempting to make money with, and do the product descriptions on the back end of your Shopify account. This will allow you to get into a good rhythm. This is great practice, right? This is how you will get better at product descriptions, at ad copy, which is of course super important. You have to be willing to do what other people won't in this space to make progress and to beat your competition. In terms of actually sourcing the product, getting pricing, and fulfilling, as a beginner, I would say the following are your best options. First and foremost, CJ Dropshipping, Udroppy, Zendrop, and Spocket. What's great is that all these platforms have apps that you can download on the Shopify App Store that will integrate and sync into your account itself. So you can source, fulfill, and do everything else directly from the app itself. Now, I also want to mention this. There is no right or wrong, app or platform, right? There's no best one. You have to go ahead and compare and contrast as to which platform can get you the best pricing and then just run with that one. I'm saying that because people always ask me which one is the best one, and like I said, there is none. You see, typically, if anyone wants to start selling their product to test their product, they would have to resort to paid advertising on Facebook or even on TikTok maybe, right? Where you have to potentially spend hundreds or even thousands and thousands of dollars every single month, because let's face it, your 5th, 10th, or 15th product may or may not be a winning product, right? This is a numbers game at the end of the day. And I know a lot of people spend a lot of money when it comes to paid advertising, not only because it's a skill to learn, but like I said, you are spending anywhere between $50 to $150 per product test. This is how I lost a lot of money when I was starting 5.5 to 6 years ago. Thankfully, with TikTok's uprise over the past 12 to 24 months, you can now sell and market products completely for free utilizing the platform, utilizing the TikTok app itself, which makes things even easier. So yes, you do not need to put any upfront ad spend to validate a product, to get that proof of concept as one would normally have to if it was a few years from now. Or what I meant was a few years ago. For example, take a look at this, and I know it may be too good to be true, but this is how much I was able to generate in just a month by posting videos on my TikTok account. Typically, you'll have about 60 to 80% profit margins with this specific strategy that I'm about to go deeper into in just a little bit, as the main expense that you have is cost of goods sold. This is called the organic TikTok strategy, and if you haven't heard of it yet, my friend, you guys are definitely in for a special treat, and dropshipping is about to be so much more fun and easier. This consists of you finding a potential product you want to test. You order the product from Amazon. If you have Amazon Prime, that's amazing, since you can have, quicker delivery, usually 2 days, and also return the product within 30 to 60 days in case if that product doesn't work. Once you have the product at hand, you attempt to make UGC, user generated content, behind that product, post on your TikTok account in attempts for one or multiple videos to go viral and you getting free traffic and free sales on your Shopify dropshipping store. To make things more simpler and a little bit more visual, let me show you an example of my winning product on TikTok, which I was able to generate multiple 6 figures for utilizing this very strategy. So I actually have the product at hand right here, and a lot of you guys who are the OG, you may or may not have seen the product on this channel before. I've actually made a few case studies regarding it, but this is the Dragon Flame Lighter, or the dual Dragon Flame Lighter. So once you open it, the flame comes out and you release it and the flame comes out from the dragon's mouth. So it is very, very cool. So this is my actual TikTok account. We've amassed about 10.3k followers, have also gotten about 250,000 likes, and we see that there's a few viral videos in the millions range. So absolutely amazing. And I'll just even go ahead and play the video that went viral. So let's look at this one.
I was about to light my candle, and this happened.
So this has almost 190,000 likes, about 1,000 comments, and a little over 8,000 shares. So very, very cool. Just that video alone probably generated me anywhere between $20,000 to $40,000 in sales. What's amazing is that once you generate some sales, within a few weeks, a few months with this specific strategy, what you can do and what you should do to really attain that consistency, scalability, and longevity is reinvest those profits into paid advertising on TikTok and or Facebook. What I mean is actually run paid advertising. And because you have a few viral videos, you can actually utilize the same videos as creatives on these paid advertising platforms, right? There's a reason why out of the 100 or 200 videos you posted, hypothetically, only a few went viral, and all you only need is a few videos. This method is absolutely a no-brainer and will teach you so many little things along the way. Again, these little things really come into play, really, put that puzzle together with just time in general, right? There's certain little things that you will learn as you progress and keep putting in more and more time behind it. E-commerce is ever growing, and we've been seeing an upwards trend of how much consumers have been spending online year after year. There is a ton of money to be made, and even if you get a very small chunk of that pie, fractions and fractions of that pie, you'll honestly be set for life. Now, what I did want to say is that for the new year, I'm opening up 5 more spots for my Ecom Masterminds incubator coaching program, where you can work with myself one-on-one. It is very, very hands-on, and you guys also get access to all my tools, my resources, and all of my network for your Shopify dropshipping business. So feel free to apply for that. The link will be down in the description below. Like I said, I am only accepting 5 people. I like to keep it very close-knitted so I can give you and your business the proper time, attention that it really needs. While you're doing that, also feel free to check out some of the other links and resources in the description down below, because it might as well just make you some money. Lastly, stay tuned for my new uploads every single Wednesday on the channel. I hope this video was helpful, and I personally just want to say good luck for your Shopify dropshipping journey in 2023 and onward. Stay relentless and stay awesome. Until the next one, your boy's out. Peace.